is it that when my boyfriend purchases a World War II fighting and death simulator in which that has proximity chat so someone could drop dead next to you and stop talking because it simulates that they've died, it's cool, it's fun, it's interesting. But when I purchase a dad dating simulator in which you try to date other dads in your neighborhood, I'm the weird one.
Fellas, leave a comment if you disagree with what's happened in this clip, and hit the like button if you don't care about it. I will say one thing though, these Switches games, there's some games on the Switch that I think are they're kind of bad. You could probably search for a lot of wild stuff on Steam and get some results, I guess, but the Switch has some messed up games. Women love this kind of stuff, by the way. Yeah, there are a lot of games on there that are targeted towards women like this, but me personally, I really could care less. You know, if she wants to play her game, let her play her game. But what is going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. I have a few more clips we're going to be going over today, so if you could hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and hey, how's it going? My name's Rat Boy. Let's do it. Oh, and I apologize for the jump scare.
Advice for the girls. Before you post your boyfriend for Valentine's Day, stop and think. T. Does he look taxidermied? It is really jarring, the creatures that some of you baddies are posting and saying, "Happy Valentine's Day to my world. He looks like he's left this world." H. Humiliated. If you guys break up, is this a picture that you're going to be embarrassed or humiliated that you've posted? Because it may be cute now, but a year from now, 5 years from now,
I have no idea what I'm watching right now. This is concerning. This is really concerning.
I. Infectious. Does he look good in this photo or just you? N. Non-cooperative. Does he look like he wants to be there? Because if he really doesn't, we can tell. Because every year there's at least one gorgeous girl whose boyfriend is staring at the camera with eyes like this. That look like, help me, like, and
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Is this like a camera filter thing? Is this some sort of lens that she's using to get these angles? Or maybe she just looks that way. I don't know. I'm concerned.
K. Does he know you're posting this photo? Or are you about to get a lot of "hey girly" messages? Just make sure he knows. Don't embarrass yourself. It's happened to the best of us. And if you've done all this thinking and you still want to post him, be my guest. I'm nosy. I want to see who you're going out with.
If you find videos like this in your in your woman's search history or recently viewed clips, run away. Run far away. I just spent a little while going through this woman's TikTok here, and this is kind of crazy. She says she's an actor. Okay, I've never heard of this person before. She has 1.1 million followers. She's posting recent videos. Looks like she's posting a lot of stuff. And she goes from, I mean, this is just a few months, tens of thousands of 800,000 views. And now it's like 500 views, 600 views, 1,300, 900. This is so interesting. The TikTok algorithm is very interesting to me.
I was gonna say the quiet part out loud. Most men are mind-numbingly boring. Stop wasting your time with them for that one reason. I beg you. There's a lot of women that I see with their husbands. It's like you're gonna spend the rest of your life pretending that that is not the most boring man on earth. To what end? The reason that so many women are like, oh, I miss my friends, and like I miss who I was before I had kids or got married or whatever. Your friends were actually interesting people.
What?
I'm sure those men miss their friends as well. This is what women do not understand, is that from where I've always sat and spent time with women, women are extremely boring. They are. 99% of a woman now is just her staring at her phone the whole time. That's it. Just staring at her phone. So if that's something you're into, hey, there's plenty of women out there that have no issue doing that. Their head's always down staring at their phone. If that's not boring, I don't know what boring is. That's the most boring thing you can do.
Your friends were probably women. Your friends, probably some of them didn't get married and they're probably living their best life.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
They're lonely. They're posting crying videos on TikTok. I post like multiple videos a week with women crying in their car, complaining that they're single. Well, what are you talking about right now? What kind of delusion are these women feeding themselves that they're going to sit there and make a 6-minute video, which we're 39 seconds into this video? Like, come on, can you, what is going on here? The insanity has to stop at some point. Okay, you really have to look back and you have to say, okay, well, all of these women that are posting these random videos crying in their front seat, all these women are having this experience because they're doing this one thing, whether it's just always playing around, getting a divorce, whatever it is. A lot of single moms do it as well. So what makes you think you're gonna follow the same path and not end up that way as well? Oh, you're gonna boss girl harder, aren't you? That's what she's going to do.
Meanwhile, so many people gave up those friendships for a man named Brandon, whose biggest hobby is catching fish. And he doesn't even like you to join him on that hobby. A boring man. At the end of the day, he's boring. He comes home, he has nothing to talk about. Nothing happened at work, same as usual.
What? What the fuck? Stop it. Get some help.
So people with the name Brandon are just catching strays now? What's going on? What you got against a guy named Brandon? And what's wrong with fishing? Are you kidding me right now? Men do not take women fishing because the women scare the fish away. They're too loud. Every man knows this. If you've ever taken a woman fishing, you know that they're just too loud. They make too much noise. They want to talk and stuff. Fishing isn't a time to talk. It's a time to fish.
He went out with his friends, doesn't know what they're up to, same as usual. You want him to take you out on a date or something. He's like, for what? We can just eat at home. We can just chill at home. The reason that you're so desperate for y'all's husbands to like recognize you on Valentine's Day.
She wants to pull the man out the house to spend money on her. This has always been the case. This is always the reason. She wants the money spent on her. She wants to go out. She wants to eat out. She wants to go shopping. This isn't anything new. This is the reality of what women think being boring is. Oh, he doesn't want to go out and waste a bunch of his money, so that means he's boring. No, that means that he has common sense. Okay, how about we go out and we open up your pocketbook and you start spending. Open it up. Let me see that Black American Express. Let's go.
Or your birthday or Christmas or whatever, because that's the only time that these men even acknowledge y'all as anything more than a fucking house appliance.
Yeah. What's my most traumatic experience? I don't know, but I know what yours is.
Men do not get acknowledged on Valentine's Day. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day, by the way. Men do not get acknowledged on Valentine's Day. There is nothing really targeted towards men on Valentine's Day. It's all candies and hearts and flowers. And it's all women shit. Men do not get anything for Valentine's Day, okay? Not once. The relationships I've been in, not once have I ever gotten anything good on Valentine's Day. A tactical headlamp would be a good Valentine's Day gift, okay? Or maybe a whetstone, or maybe a nice pair of boots. There are so many good Valentine's Day gifts for dudes, and these women just ignore us. And then they're gonna sit there and complain, oh, men only think about us on holidays and birthdays and Valentine's Day and Columbus Day and President's Day and Thanksgiving and New Year's. We barely get any recognition. Shut the hell. You give men zero anything. It's all just take with you people. You just want to take from men and give them nothing. A lot of times, leave them with less than what they had before. Get out of here.
Well, I repeat, they themselves are boring. They're not fun to talk to. They act like you're the boring one. You're only boring, women. You're only boring because you're being crushed under the weight of the entire load of your entire life, of his entire life, and of your children's entire lives. The only reason that anyone can even call you boring is because you are so busy doing everything under the sun. Meanwhile, your man has no excuse to be boring because he has nothing to do. He has no chores. His chores are take out the garbage and mow the lawn, and he forgets every other week anyway, or makes some excuse not to do it. He has all the time in the world and yet uses it to do absolutely nothing interesting. Men are so boring that their hobbies will be like video games, watching TV, sports, fantasy football.
And I mean it, she's a low IQ person. Low IQ.
Right, and women's hobbies. Let's go ahead and let's list out the women's hobbies. Do you know why women on this app never talk about their hobbies? Do you know why that is? Do you know why they only complain about what men do? It's because women don't have any hobbies. Men have things to do. Okay, if a man wants to play video games, let him play video games. Okay? If he wants to play golf, let him play golf. If he wants to watch football, let him watch football. Who cares? What does it matter to you? You're gonna be staring at your phone anyways, or recording videos for TikTok. This is the reality of the situation, is that these women are so addicted to the idea of just getting men and molding them into whatever kind of freak show they want them to be, not realizing that these men are their own person. They do their own things. They have their own personalities. And these women want men the way they want them, or else you're boring. Hey, newsflash, you are boring.
You're watching other people succeed. That's a pastime. That's not a hobby. TV, video games, all those things are a pastime. They're things that waste your time, shorten your attention span, and take you out of reality, frankly. That is boring. That means your brain is not used to living or functioning in the fucking present, like where we all live. You're boring.
So, okay, let me get this straight, and let's see if we can put these pieces together. So, first she was complaining that a man that goes fishing is boring. Now she's complaining that a man that watches football is boring. If you ask me, there is probably no better connection to the world around you or to reality than being out on a lake, holding a fishing pole in nature while you're cooped up in the house recording videos on TikTok. And since you want to talk so much shit about attention spans, take a quick guess on what TikTok does to people's attention spans. Just do a little Google search on that one and figure that one out while you're sitting there scrolling TikTok. Or how about going to a football game, sitting outside in nature, by the way, you know, where the grass is. When was the last time you touched grass? I think it's been a while. So don't sit there and attack men and call men boring when you have literally done nothing at all except make videos like this.
And if I'm being even further honest with you, most men know this. They know that they're boring. That's why they like pretend like they don't want to talk to you. They're like, well, what would we even talk about? Yeah, exactly. Because when they can't sit there and parrot somebody's opinion that has said it already, they have trouble finding an opinion. They have trouble finding their own critical thinking because they are too busy parroting what other people are saying. So talking to them is like listening to somebody else's talking points, probably a man's. And it gets frustrating because as soon as you start making sense and the things that come out of your mouth make more sense than the things that come out of his mouth, they often get mad and they'll be, this is why I don't talk to you.
Or here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the up.
You're telling me that all the times these women have been talking, they've been making sense. Is that what you're trying to tell me right now? I don't really have to prove my case with that. I mean, I have over 300 videos that prove that every single time. I'm just saying that 99.9% of the time, women just spew out lies and inconsistencies. It is insane the amount of times that happens. And then this person is sitting here saying, oh, well, he's always wrong. And when he's wrong, he gets mad. Or this is probably the more likely to happen is that women lie, you know, so the likelihood would probably be the 99%.
Men are so boring that at their grown age of like 40, 50, 60 years old, they will spend time looking for the youngest possible woman because they feel like they're on a relatable level with this young woman. That's how boring most men are, that they haven't aged mentally since age 18 or 20.
Women.
We're getting to the wound here. This is personal. This is personal. I should have seen this from a mile away, you guys, and I didn't call it out before, but definitely, yeah, she has the post-wall anger, or whatever it's called, post-wall rage. I think we've talked about it in the past. I'm not sure. She's mad. She's mad. She's not getting hit up by these old men anymore. These men that have the money, the men. And look, that's what these women want, right? They want the security, the money. These men are not giving her attention anymore. She's kind of aged out. Now all those men are boring. All the men that she spent her entire 20s with, by the way, that she spent multiple nights all the time with, these men are now boring to her because they are not reaching out to her anymore. They are not giving her attention, so they're boring. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
That's the women that they look for, so that those women don't present the same challenges that women who are growing older often present to these men. They start challenging their worldviews, and these men don't like that. And they want to find someone that is easily malleable, easily controllable, and somebody that they sound smarter than, because they're boring, because that's what life is about for them. And you're wasting your time giving these men children, furthering these men's careers, extending their lifespans, all for what? For a man that can't even sit down and talk to you.
This is the same woman, by the way. Maybe we can finish this video, I guess, but there's still a lot left, and it's just her. She's just rambling at this point. But this is the same woman that posted a video recently about how to decenter men. How do you decenter men when every video you make is about men? How does that work?
This is crazy to me because it's clear as day to me. My dad is one of the least boring people I've ever met. You can sit there and talk with my dad for hours about anything. He has a wealth of knowledge, and if he doesn't, he'll ask you questions about it, or he'll want to learn about it.
She's holding out for the perfect man, a man just like her daddy. You heard it from her. She needs that type of guy in her life. And look, women can keep these standards. I mean, a lot of them do, but it really doesn't bode well in the end. You know, just look at women whenever they hit their 50s and 60s. You start to see that. And there's some that kind of have this kind of attitude where obviously she's going to hold out for the least boring man she can hold out for, which is going to be exactly like her dad, which is kind of weird. But a lot of women do this.
I know what makes him laugh. I know his opinions on things. I know the things that he cares about. Most people couldn't say that about their dad. You know why? Because most men don't open up like that because there's nothing there. The reason that most men find it and consider it such a big deal to open up to you about their cat that they had when they're 8 years old is because it's the only thing that's in there. That's the last.
No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Men do not open up because it's always thrown back at them. Or like we've seen it recently where the woman video recorded her husband and then posted it online for other women to mock and laugh at, which in turn, I think it kind of did the opposite, but even still, it doesn't stop these women from trying. Yeah, that's why men don't open up, because it is always used against them. It is always brought up later on and used as ammunition in some sort of way. It's a lot better just not to say anything about it. But it's a lose-lose situation, evidently, because even whenever you don't want to show those emotions, you still get blamed for them for some reason.
Thing that made them feel something because they're otherwise boring. They don't allow themselves the joy of expression. They don't allow themselves the joy of being different. They don't allow themselves the joy of critical thinking, the benefits of critical thinking. They would rather just do the easy thing every single time. And it's easy to be boring. And it's easy to pretend like you have this like mysterious aura around you when you're really just boring.
You know, and all we can do is pray for her. But still, this is real shit.
I wish I had $1 every time she said boring. Yeah, we get it. We get it. Boring, sure. She's saying that all men are the same. I would have to argue that all women are the same. A lot, very, more similar than a lot of men. I know a lot of different types of men, but honestly, a lot of the women I meet are all kind of the same. They all kind of do the same thing. They're all kind of on social media. They post about all the same type of stuff. They get all the same types of injections and procedures usually. And yeah, majority of women do this now. It's not uncommon. There's always the outliers, in the more rural areas. But from where I'm at, I live very close to the beach. I live in a pretty populated area. And yeah, they're all like that. Even the fake hair and the lash. Oh God, the lashes. Around every corner, there's a lash place. Just a lash place. Used to, lashes used to be like a part of a thing. No, that there are stores now, like stores. You go in and it's nothing but lashes.
You're boring. Even if you wanted to have something to say, you wouldn't. Even if you wanted to be interesting, you couldn't be. Prove me wrong. A lot of women are simply married to just one of hundreds of millions of extremely boring, nondescript men that act the same as the other boring, nondescript men. Same style, the same values, the same saying. That's what it is. That's who you're spending your entire life benefiting. You are way more interesting than that as a woman, okay? Please invest in yourself. Stop investing in these men, because at the end of the day, there is no reward there for you. They won't treat you right. They're not going to stand up for you. They're not protectors. They're not providers. They're just boring, and they fooled you. Stay safe out there. Godspeed.
What the is this piece of
Actually, a lot of men are providers. And a lot of men do keep their family safe. It's only the women that do not have these things. They're very bitter, and they make videos like this where they're basically trying to get these other women, these other wives, to divorce their husbands and to kind of do their own thing. This isn't uncommon, obviously, but she is very bitter. And a lot of women, that are married, that are in good marriages, do not think this way. I mean, there are the women that will get swindled by stuff like this, and they will divorce their husbands and try to find something better. And then they'll get played by Chad, and then they'll get dumped, and then they'll cry, and then they'll start a TikTok that telling their relationship woes and their dating stories. And do you not see the cycle? Do you not see the cycle that is just never ending? And we can go through the comments. And it is pretty much the same types of women that are kind of always agreeing on this type of stuff, which is, look, if a woman is going to be, if she's not going to think critically about videos like this and use her own brain, then maybe it's best to just let her go anyways. Just drop her off somewhere. If she's going to listen to someone like this, ruin her marriage or her relationship, if this is what it takes for that relationship to end, then it never should have been a relationship to begin with. Like, just leave her be. Leave her be. This is why I'm so against marriage and relationships altogether, because this is the type of stuff women watch. And these videos never end. This is just one 6-minute video. There are 10-minute videos like this where, you have the sprinkle lady where she has multiple TikToks of hundreds and hundreds of hours of stuff. And that's all she's trying to do is just break up these marriages, break up, these relationships. She would want every woman to be single because that's how she makes money. She makes money by these single women. They give her views, they give her donations, they buy her courses. When you kind of understand the economy behind this type of stuff, because women provide a lot for this type of these types of businesses. There's a lot of money flowing into this area, almost as much as the types of money that men spend on online, the OF stuff. Women spend more money on dating gurus and relationship coaches and seminars and monthly packets and sessions and one-on-ones and stuff, hundreds and thousands of dollars. And hey, the more women they can keep single, the more women that'll sign up for their course. We're getting reoccurring payments. She's like the Netflix of divorces. They're the Netflix of bad relationships. Every woman is paying her a monthly fee. But let me know what you guys think. That'll be the end of today's video. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.